Hey guys, I'm just going to stand here. I'm going to ignore Jerry's moving around the stage. You guys get a nice view of the photos. A trip down memory lane for me. But just for a bit of a background, before coming to Australia, my wife and I spent 6 months travelling through Africa. Always been a dream of mine, so saved up a fair bit of money, swapped my small Golf for my dad's Land Cruiser and fitted it out. And yeah, we travelled up to Africa for 6 months. So I'll just take you through it. That's how we travelled and camped. We first started off in Namibia. It's a former German colony. And we started off in the Fish River Canyon, which is the second largest canyon to the Grand Canyon. This is my memory, enduring memory of Namibia. These long, long roads disappearing into the Netherlands. And we came across this one area where these wild horses, which had been left over in World War I. So the German army obviously lost, and then South Africa took over Namibia. And we got there, and there were these wild horses just wandering the prairies. A real beautiful thing to see. And of course, Namibia is like a montane desert type country. So there's lots of beautiful desert sceneries and lots of mountains as you drive along. So very different to any other country that you in sub-Saharan Africa. Our final, we went from the desert, we went up the north coast, which is called the Skeleton Coast, because so many ships got wrecked on the coast there. Well, there's a picture coming up now, quite an imposing sight as you're driving up. There's a gates with skull and crossbones on them, and you have to drive through there. And we drove for about 6 hours without seeing anyone, and a bit worried they're actually going to get out of this place, but we did. And we ended up in the Tosha Game Reserve. It's called the Tosha Pan, and it's quite amazing. It used to be a lake, and then through tectonic movements about 12 million years ago, the river got diverted, so there's a pan that's just fed by alluvial springs. So you just literally camp at a spring like this one, and you just game, just walking in. It's like a traffic of game coming in. So you'll get the zebras feeding at the water hole, then you'll have like the wildebeest just waiting on the outside, and the zebras will move off, and the wildebeest come in. So it's almost like an invisible traffic warden there for you. And what you don't want to be to bring a bit of, I don't know, like something that I guess touched us on our trip. And I think in Namibia really touched us. When we were driving to the one campsite, we saw this 5-year-old kid with a hoe, like a spade on the shoulder, walking into the fields with his father, going to dig the fields. And we thought, we're so privileged where we come from to where we grow up, because we actually, we just at home play with our toys or whatever, and live this really sheltered lifestyle. There's this poor little kid, doesn't even go to school. He has to go into the fields and actually work the fields to help his family eat, basically. Next we went into Botswana, and we met some people in Namibia who recommended this place to go. It's basically community trust that a British guy is helping to run, and it's like you basically have these guys that pull you through the swamps on these canoes. And our guy was Evie. He pulled us along. That was the camp we stayed at. Basically, we spent 3 days, 2 nights. So you drive you, they drop you off on the Beuningen Delta, and he just pulls you through the water for about 3 or 4 hours. End up at your campsite, pitch your tent, and get lots of line drawing during the night to shit yourself. And then you just during the day it takes you out on these trips. It was really magic. And at the end of the evening, whenever we used to go for game walks during the day, he used to ask, "Can I borrow your binoculars to see this, to see that?" And at the end of the trip, we had a spare pair of binoculars, so we gave it to Evie, and you could just see like such joy and happiness coming from such a small gesture. It was just another touching thing for us. And the last photo, it's the same people who recommended to go to Kuro trip. They call them Kuros, the dugout canoes. Told us about this place to go camp for the night. And it's just before you get to the Zimbabwe border. He said, get to the Zimbabwe border, and there's a dirt track. Turn left. So the customs post think you're coming to go through the border, but just take a quick left off, and you travel about 20-25 kilometers up this dirt road. You'll find 2 palm trees and a water hole. So we did that. Got to the border post, these guys were there waiting for us, so we just ducked off and like trundled up this dirt path and eventually got to this water hole and camped there. And again, heard lots of lions roaring to the night. So you get used to not going to the toilet during the night when you camp. Next was Zimbabwe, where I'm from. Which is synonymous with Victoria Falls. We did a helicopter trip like over the falls. It's pretty cheap to do. Normally tourists there, so you good deals to do like rafting and elephant back riding, like helicopter trips and things. We went to Lake Kariba, which is like a big tourist, big place to go fishing there. That's friends of ours. We stayed at their chalet, and they had a friendly hippo come out evening. The hippo actually killed about 10 times more people than crocodiles in Africa every year. It's a lot more dangerous. They're very territorial. So if you ever canoeing down a river in Africa and you see hippos there, stay well clear. And the last place we went to in Zim was Mana Pools, which is the wildest place that we went to. It was almost primeval. The first couple of days we were there, we felt, I don't know, almost scared. It was just this kind of eerie kind of feel to it. Camping there at night, like one evening we were having dinner, I turned around to get something out of the car and there's this hyena just sitting 2 meters behind us, just looking at us. So it was a bit scary. And in your tent at night, you just hear all these things walking around below your tent, and we see a lion within 15 meters of our campsite, so we know there's a lion there. I walked out of the shower, there's buffalo standing outside the shower. I'll wait for you to hear the area. And a very touching story that's like it shows the current situation in Zimbabwe now. When in Victoria Falls, we were walking along to go and see the falls, and this guy came up to us with this nice wooden bowl. And he's like wanted to sell it to us, and he said, okay, well, buy it. How much? It's about $1.50 Aussie equivalent. We didn't have any change to one enough, so I gave him $3, like double the amount he wanted. He actually started crying. It was just, I don't know, like very touching to us. This shows you how bad things are there, and it's just like so sad. It's like people are from a thriving country that's actually got to this kind of stage. But that said, we got to like my hometown, and we met up with people who used to work with us, and they're struggling, but it's amazing how such good spirits people still are there. And I guess like everywhere you go, people just have to carry on living. So it's good to see that they're looking for good things in life still. Then we went to Zambia, which we went to this game reserve, and we thought it was a 600-kilometer trip, and we thought it would be a nice 6-7 hour drive. The road got worse and worse. First couple hundred kilometers we driving at 120 km an hour, no problem. And then it just got worse and worse, and the last 30 km took us 3 hours. It was quite something. And then from there, basically they got 2 major roads in Zambia, and there's a big mountain or escarpment in between. So we'd have to travel all the way back to the capital and up around, which would take us about 3 days to get where we wanted to go. So we asked someone in the game park, is there anywhere else to get there? So he said, if you drive down this road, down the main road to the game park, and you'll see a sign saying routes 60 or whatever, road 60 or whatever it was. Just turn down there and carry straight on. And you'll get to the end, and that's where you want to be. So we did that and crossed the dry river beds. Like I'd never done 4x4 before, so we had got to like a dry river bed with about 20 meters wide, just full of sand. So we basically reversed back and hit like ramp off the side of the river bed to try and get through as quickly as possible. And then we got to one river that was actually flowing, so we had water up to our doors trying to get through this thing, flowing really fast. And we got to the actual escarpment, which I guess is a few in back here, and I guess that was like below is where we came from, campus escarpment. We're doing like low ratio first gear, doing about 4 or 5 kilometers an hour for 2.5 hours up this thing, trying to get out of there. The amazing thing, when you get to the top, there's a small village with a roadblock so you don't speed through the village and hurting the children. There was an American teacher there, and the next town was about 3 or 4 days away drive.